We are live at the Carol School, Lagos, to meet with the 9-year-old calendar prodigy, Shiju Olawekpo. This boy knows the day of any date supplied to him as far back as 16th century. And yes, the Digital World Forum is here to pay a courtesy visit in the school with the boy in focus, and also to organize a relevant training program to encourage him and also to map out a path for him in the digital and ICT world. And of course, Eko Blog is here to give you the details of the visit. And I am Praise Gani reporting for Eko Blog.
To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
We have in our midst the proprietress of Carol School, the one whom God has given the vision to raise the next generation of leaders, Mrs. Caroline Akintunji, the proprietress of Carol School. For the past 35 years, she's not tired. Egwatu. Thank you. And next to her is Dr. Ibukun Oluderu, PhD, the consultant of the school. We have members of Shijus family. We have, let's start with Grandma, because Grandma actually picked the school for Shiju. Grandma, we welcome you. We call her Grandma. Thank you, you're welcome. Next to her is her daughter, Mrs. Funke Olawekpo. That's Shiju's mom. And the father of the house, the gentleman, Mr. Wale Olawekpo, thank you. We have members of the school faculty, members of the management team, Mr. Kunle Akiyode, the head of admin. Next is Mr. Austin Ubodaga, head of academics. We have CBN governor, the accountant, Mr. Femi Mori. We have the heads of department. Okay, nursery department, the head of nursery department, Mrs. Torayo Okoy. We build our school on thee, O Lord. Indeed, Carol School is built upon the foundation of the Lord. And the aim is to produce great leaders. And we are not relenting. And amongst them is Shiju, whom we are celebrating today. We have poets, even among them seated here. We have singers. Sitting beside Shiju is Torayo. She sings very well. We have artists who draw very well. All of them, they are all bundles of talent. That is just a bit of what we do in Carol School. Not much time, we like to ask our guests.
We are members of the Digital World Forum. Our goal is to promote digital initiatives, especially in young ones and in older ones. Engineer Abiola Ajibola is the founder of Digital World Forum. With his passion, he's interested in bringing new ones, especially when it comes to creating new culture in an already existing society.
I want to say good morning to every one of us. It's a very great delight to be here this morning. We are indeed very excited. Indeed, it is a school that is founded on the rock. And who is that rock? The Lord Jesus Christ. And whatever is founded on the rock, you can surely see how firm, how solid it can always be. We cannot all sit down and be watching things as it is. Sometimes even when you watch what is happening in Nigeria today, in the political arena, in the economic space, you feel always sad. There's no day you listen to news, all you'll be hearing is so many has been killed one way, in one place, another 10, 15 has been slaughtered in another place, and live by those negative information. And that is why we begin to see what we can do to bring up this country, to bring up, they will pilot this country to a very great place. They will make Nigeria a better place for all of us. Perhaps maybe when we have all gone. We cannot just sit down and fold our arms. There must be something to be done to encourage him, to motivate him, and to also encourage others, you know, that may be looking up to him and looking up, even up to us, to present a training scholarship in the area of IT, in the area of, we call it machine coding. The ICT man will understand it. Machine coding and language. We want to train him. We want to believe that by the time he begins to follow that footpath, whatever he has upstairs, whatever I still have in him, he will begin to unearth them. He will begin to bring them out. He will begin to bring them out. That is why we are here. From what we have also going to give to him, there is a book on artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to take over almost every aspect of our life. It's about artificial intelligence. This is an artificial man that is about or can do virtually anything. There's a book on that for his category of students of Shiju. So I'm very sure the ICT man will begin to open, by the time he begins to open the book for him, it will benefit him very much. It will open him up, and don't be surprised, it will begin to open up a lot of other things in him. I'm going to read what is here. In view of your innate ability and rare display of mental capacity to spontaneously tell the day of the week a day falls within a calendar year, the Digital Work Forum, the advocacy arm of Media and Digital Skills Center, has decided to offer you a training scholarship in machine language and coding at Track IT Limited, a Microsoft authorized education partner in Nigeria. It is believed that this will encourage and stimulate you into bringing out further ingenious discoveries that will be of benefit to mankind. Please, a round of applause.
Okay, so we also have the ICT book for him, the digital book, Beginners Artificial Intelligence and Python Programming. That's for you, Shiju. And of course, we have chocolates and candies to go with it, and some exercises to encourage him. I would want him to share with his friends, could make them want to be like him too, and his younger ones. But a big thank you to the parents, please. Let's give a hand of applause to the parents. Thank you so much.
There are talents all over Nigeria, but in academics. But a talent like this is a very, very rare one. Our prayer is that people who can help us develop Shiju to bring out more of the potentials in him, the Lord will raise them. Because we cannot do it. we are not a special body that can do much. All the Lord has used us to do is to find him out, to discover him. To discover him. And where our own glory comes in is because we just pay attention to details of every child. That is why we were able to catch him. Because in some places, they might just have seen Shiju as a burden that is bothering them. And at every attempt, they might just have been waving him off. But we didn't do that because we know that every child must be listened to. And that is our hallmark here. No matter what a child says, no matter how stupid it may be, we still take our time to listen to that child. Because from that stupid talk, something good may come out of it.
This is one sure day I'm glad to be alive. I want to thank you all for taking time out, standing on all existing protocol. I want to thank Engineer Abiola Ajibola especially for taking his time to look in this direction. Just like Mama Akintunji has said here now, you find out that if it were some other maybe talent in the fields of sport, I'm sure this place would have gone at God. But when it concerns technology and the future, people hardly ever see it until it happens. And I want to thank Carroll School especially for taking that keen interest. Because this young man only came to this school last year. He was just here last year. And within that space of time, they've been able to unravel, you know. So a big round of applause to Carroll School for being diligent enough. Even while we as parents who could not decipher the bundle of things he had inside of him, quickly, the moment they saw him, they alerted us, and the rest, now it's in the public space. I thank you all once again. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
Come to the end of the program. Thank you. Thank you all.
We felt surprised. We were surprised, and we just decided to come and honor him and to, to celebrate him. But the primary thing is to come and encourage him and to stimulate him into further discoveries, and that is the essence of the IT scholarship that we have decided to offer to him.
I think these people saw what he has been doing. It's gone viral, even all around the world, that he can tell the days of the week in any year, past, present, and the future. And because they recognized that as a very rare talent, they decided to seek him out. Even though the government ought to have shown interest in a child like this, but these people have beaten them to it. Here, we don't just believe in the cognitive aspect of their education, but in all areas, in their emotional, in their physical, everything. So in the process, we are able to identify talents. You could see the guy that played the keyboard to the national anthem. You could see the one that sang the national anthem and the school anthem. That these are bundles of talents. And we pay attention to them. But my advice to Nigerian parents is that they should allow schools to do what they have to do and stop this mad rush for secondary school.
When this calendar thing was discovered, or before it became public, it was just like him trying to draw every opportunity he gets. If he handles your phone, he's checking the calendar. We were wondering, why is he not playing games like other children, You know, he doesn't have flair for toys. It's just this fixation on calendar and writing calendar. You can pick up and most of the time, because we have always quarreled with him, every time he sees an adult coming, you see that he throws it at the back of the chair, or you can just pick up a paper when you are cleaning the house and you see 1945 calendar, for what now? Then you see 2023 calendar. Well, I told the mother to just leave him. Let's see where it leads. Yes, it does that by heart. It does that. It can start a calendar from any month of the year, and it will be correct. So since all those things started now, I was trying to dig deep because I've spoken with a few guys that are in quotes genius, you know, and they said he could actually do more.
Shiju is quite a unique pupil here in Cairo School because I remember when Shiju joined us in 2019, most times you'll be like, he wants to write calendar for 2045, I want to write calendar. So when you hear things like that, it's funny for his age. So most times we laugh over it and then be like, this small boy saying he wants to write, you know, being that we struggle with tomorrow's dates and everything. So I think the first time I first noticed was when I think that day I saw him with some calendar, the one he had written. I think that was for 2020. I asked him to give me the calendar, let me see. So when I checked, I noticed the dates were correct. Then I just, with intuition, I just like, okay, if you can write this date, that means you know these dates. So I came up with the question of, okay, what day is this at a random date? He told me. I was like, my colleague was there. I didn't say anything yet because I was still trying to, you know, to be sure of what Shiju is doing. So we continued like that until Shiju finished the calendar on my phone. We went back in time. We went in future like that. So I told my colleague, she too tried to question Shiju on the dates. That was how we actually discovered that he was a calendar genius. So that was how the whole story came about.
Wow, what an incredible display of raw talent. You guys have just experienced the 9-year-old calendar prodigy. And yes, thanks to the Digital World Forum for this beautiful opportunity for Shiju Olawekpo. I hope and I pray that this boy gets to find his part in the digital and ICT world. I am Praise Gani once again reporting for a Code Blog. Don't forget to like this video, comment as much as you can, and also share. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button. See you guys next time.